we'll get started with Teoscar Hernandez. First question for Teoscar. Let's start with Kirsten down in the front.
Teo, just first, when you look at what the Padres, the pitching plan for them today, Dylan Cease going on short rest, obviously there's a lot of familiarity going against him. What did you guys see in Game 1, and how do you hope to use that to your advantage in this one tonight?
Obviously he's not one of the things that we think about is that he's not 100% rest. So we're going to try to make him work. That's not a secret for anybody. Try to get on base as many times as we can and just trying to score some runs early in the game.
I know we've talked about just what it means to you to come in clutch situations yesterday with the Grand Slam. When you think about just your at-bats in this series thus far, do you feel like you're kind of building on each one and that can put you in a good spot for today?
Yeah, I mean, I've been feeling really good. Like I always say, I had a plan and I executed. If I go there and execute it the right way, a good thing's going to happen, and that's the thing that's been happening to me so far. But today is a new day. The game yesterday is in the past, just trying to do the things today, the things that matter, and trying to win.
You're more there. We'll go to Bill in the second row on the right.
Thanks, Teo. How much are you thinking about your own future at this point, not being under contract for next year? How difficult is it not to think about that?
Honestly, I haven't think at all about my free agency. Right now, I'm more worried about what can I do to help this team win today. Not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. For me, what is priority is what can Teoscar Hernandez do to help the Dodgers win today.
Have the Dodgers at any point this season contacted you or your agent?
Not really.
Go to Hazel in the back on the right.
Hi, Hazel.
Teo, how different of a player are you from the last time you were in the postseason, and what did you take away from that postseason experience that might have helped you this time around?
I think it's just going through games, going through moments, special moments, exciting moments, and with a special group, just trying to control all the emotions that happens during the games and all that kind of stuff, and just trying to control yourself and not trying to do too much, and just give what you got in that day and hopefully it work for the team.
Go to David, back row on the left.
Teo, can you describe just the feeling in the clubhouse today? Obviously, we're not in there, so what's the mood there, and what's the confidence level that you guys can force a Game 5?
I mean, everybody looks pretty normal. Everybody taking care of what they need to do to get ready for tonight. Just the same thing, same energy. We're trying to support each other and trying to bring that energy, that positive energy to everyone so we can be ready for the game today.
Thank you. On the right side, about 5 rows.
You're right. Similar question, but could you tell us, based on everything you've come to learn about your teammates and coaching staff throughout this entire season, can you describe your level of confidence that you can not only win this game and get it back to LA, but ultimately win the series?
I mean, I think we show it during the regular season. I don't think being on a playoff is going to be a different. We had the players, we had the people that can make this happen, and I trust in every single guy in that clubhouse. And I think we be able to do that tonight. I'm trying to win tonight, and not like I say, not thinking about the game the next game, the game number 5. Just thinking about today, and we're really confident that we can get back on track and win tonight.
Up in the front on the right side.
Teoscar, kind of to add on to the tough situation you guys are in. Under this current playoff format, when a team is leading 2-1 like the Padres are right now, Game 4, the team that's the home team, wins 82% of the time this series. When you hear those numbers, what's your reaction to that?
For me, I think just numbers. I know it's when you go back and you watch when it happens. Like you said, the percentage is really high. But like I say, I trust in my teammates. I trust in the teams that we have, and we're more than capable to come back and win today and force again 5.
Barry in the front.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So off of that, do you think this series should be 7 games? This is the 3rd year in the row Dodgers have won the division. You weren't here, obviously, but if you lose tonight, you'd be 2-9. I mean, it's awfully hard to get things going in a series in 5 games. Do you think that this should be 7 games to give more of a chance for the division winners to win?
Not really. I think it's a good setup. I don't think 7 games it will make any difference. Maybe you get a little bit of chance, a better chance to win more games, but at this point, it's been working really good for the league. So I don't think they have to make any changes on that.
Any last ones for Teo? All right, thanks, Teo.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming up. Okay, we'll get started with Dave. We'll start with Kirsten down in the front.
Dave, this is not the first time you guys have been in this situation. If you go 2 years back, or now I guess 3 years back, going back to that Giant series, you guys were down 2-1, came back and won in 5. NLCS 2020, down 3-1. What does it take for a team to fight their way back into this one and to win the series?
Up until the last couple of years, we've been really good in elimination games. I think to your question, you've got to leave it all out there. Every play, every pitch is of the most importance. You can't be afraid to fail. And then you've got to it's win or go home. And that kind of, fight or flight mentality. And I think that mentality is the start of it. But again, you still have to play a good baseball game. And so I feel good just kind of throwing a bunch of arms at these guys today, giving them different looks. And, just seeing Cease, a handful of days ago, just go out there and take good at-bats and then see how they deploy their pen and score more runs than them tonight.
When it comes to the lineup, you've got Kike in center, Tommy playing at shortstop. So first, how is Miguel Rojas doing today? And second, what do you like about just those guys in those positions?
I trust Tommy at short. Like him there. And as far as Kike, I just like him on the field. So Miggy Rowe is banged up. We'll see. I don't think he's even available, but maybe in a pinch hit spot. The plan is to, win tonight, give him tomorrow off, and then be ready potentially for a Game 5.
A few more for Dave. Juan down here in the front.
Dave, with the pitching plan that you have Brazier starting today, is Landon Knight kind of your length guy? How do you kind of see you deploying for the full 9 innings?
I think, obviously, Ryan's going to start, and we're going to go with our most reliable relievers. So I just don't know how Landon's going to fit in this particular game, but it could happen later. Certainly in a plus game, but at the outset, I think we're going to go with our most reliable guys.
Bob, second row.
Hey, Dave, do you anticipate the Padres treating this almost like a elimination game as well, going all out to avoid a Game 5 in L.A.?
I think so. I think that shows some urgency on their part. I don't know if Cease has ever gone on short rest, but obviously in their opinion, to feel that gives them the best chance to win tonight, to then not go back to Los Angeles, and they certainly have their reasons. And yeah, I think that with that decision, they're kind of playing it as a must-win as well.
We'll go to Jack in the second row on the right.
I know you You guys probably aren't thinking back to past years, but do you just think the fact that you guys have been in this spot the last couple of years and haven't been able to battle back weighs on them at all entering a game like this? And does it add anything to, you think, just the motivation levels, how approaching this game mentally?
I think some of that is true. I don't think they're looking back. I do think they're motivated. I know they're not scared of this moment. Again, we have to play good baseball. I know they're aware of that too. It's going to be a battle tonight. It is. It's going to be a battle. We're expecting it. We're not going to run from it. And so I do think that the experience that we have will allow us to kind of, rise to the occasion. But we have to play good baseball.
And then facing C's for the second time, like there are things you guys can either adjust or just kind of be able to game plan. Like it's one of the strengths you guys have had as a team is being able to adjust the guys the more you see them. Like
I think it's more of, obviously the pitcher dictates the at-bat. He's going to probably do, if he's had success with a particular guy, run the same playbook. And if he hasn't, then he'll probably potentially deviate. So I think as a hitter, you're just going to be ready in your zone. And then if there's a mistake to be had, be ready to hit it.
And where's Freddie's kind of comfort level at today, or pain level at today with the ankle?
It's just okay. Just okay.
Okay enough.
Okay enough to give it a shot until it's not. So, as of right now, he's in there and he's doing everything he can to be in there. But so like I said, he's in there right now, but unless something changes as he's getting ready, I might have to pivot, but right now he's in there.
Go to the third row on the left.
Shohei told us that, last night he's only thinking about winning 2 more games. He doesn't look like nervous. So what do you think about his mindset?
I think that's the right mindset. I don't expect him to be nervous. I expect him to be ready to perform tonight. Mm-hmm.
Go to the front row on the right.
Dave, just going back to yesterday in the hitting struggles after Teoscar hit that grand slam, is there anything that you guys are going to change, something you may say to your players so that they don't get in that type of hitless streak?
I think some of the swings started to get a little bit too big. Not to say that the guys are just chasing slug, but I think that, after the hit, I think we got 1 hit, the Freddie base hit off Scott. In the postseason, sometimes, obviously, slug is huge, but, getting a knock, getting a walk, creates some momentum too. So our guys are mindful of, every pitcher's different. Cease is a guy that I think we've seen plenty of, but just trying to, take good at-bats and not try to do too much, yeah.
We'll go to Barry in the front.
Hey, Doc, we talked about this a little before, but having been in this situation now 3 years in a row, do you think this series needs to be 7 games?
Right now, Barry, I wish it were 7 games. But you know what? Shoot, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, the 7-game series certainly gives a better test of, the opponents. But we'll see if we can work on that. But I definitely like the 7-game series for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a remedy for sitting around for 5 days too.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Go to the back row towards the middle.
I understand you focus on that today, but last night you talked about Game 5 a little bit. I mean, Jack or Yoshinobu. And did you already decide who is the starter?
We haven't. We haven't. We're going to try to get through this one, and then we'll figure out, knowing they're both available, who makes that start. But we haven't decided yet.
Thank you.
We're going to come up here on the front left to Scott.
Good to see you, Scott.
You too, Dave. Thanks. I kind of hesitate to ask one particular thing because I know tonight you're surrounded every direction you look by urgency. One angle of the urgency, the Padres have such a good bullpen. Is there the thought, like, obviously it would be helpful to have a lead after 6 innings, Is that something that gets into everybody's mind in the day, like, hey, let's get that early lead, or you can't think that way?
I think you should think that way. It doesn't necessarily means it manifests into runs, but certainly getting a lead and having Mike deploy the bullpen differently is a difference maker. You know, you don't know what you're going to get from Cease as far as length, but beating that starter certainly is of huge importance, especially against a bullpen like this. Absolutely.
Last one for Dave. All right, Dave.
All right, thanks, guys.
See you post game. Thank you.
Yep.